Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Neremik. Welcome back to more of Animal Crossing. Let's go to City and the City Folk. Last time, if you were here, we were pretty certain that we've actually sorted every single bit of our... Ooh, got some interest. But, okay, 2 bells, but still. Yeah, we were pretty certain, actually, that last episode we finished up with our tree saga. In case you don't know, we've been planting them for a while, because that's the more... cube, I hope you're just writing to be nice. But it's the more permanent bit of the perfect town, so now we can start hammering things, and trust me, this episode is where it gets a bit manic, if I'm being honest. But that said, how are you doing, Cube? So, it's almost time for me to leave Toffee, because of you, every day I lived here was tons of fun. Thanks for everything. I'll miss you, Cube. Huh. We'll go save that, actually. That can be our first port of call. Yeah, in case you don't know, Cube has been here a while, and actually, before I forget... I think you see where we're going with this. Cube's gone. Wow, that was really out of the blue. Yeah, no, in case you don't know, Cube's been here, like, since... well, since day 1, I think. Also, you can come with... yeah, basically, this episode is going to consist of me just hoarding flowers in my house, and that should, in theory, work out. But Cube's been here since day 1. Like, him and Mitzi were, like, kind of the poster people I remembered. Like, him, Mitzi, and Boone, to a point. So, Bull Dresser, Flea Market. Yeah, I'd say Boone, Cube, and Mitzi. They're, like, the 3 which I consistently could remember. And now they're gone. Like, I suppose there's always going to be someone to fill that gap. I think that frog fell. It's not Camo Frog, it's Frobert. It's Save Mail. God. Speaking of Mitzi, of course, we probably wouldn't have much of a time to... you know what we'll do? Is there anything else I can help you with? No, I've got an idea, actually. Just to commemorate the occasion, I sound like a psychopath. Jesus, okay, we need to go sell some stuff. I am going to take a photo of this and save it, just so I can clock the day in which it was done. Because I did a bit of testing, actually. And by testing, I mean, I realised, yes, my Wii U does have an SD card in, and I wanted to see if there was anything extra on it. But I pulled the very first screenshot of this, and they are timestamped, even if there isn't a clock in this... oh, wrong thing. They are actually time-stamped, so, yeah, you can tell once things are taken, so, for example, that is going to show the day in which we saved this letter. That said, we really don't save a lot, so I think J is another one that was... J was here quite briefly, actually, and then Cube again. Oh, what have I done from Cube? What the hell is he... Thanks for my present. Oh, okay, you can't do this to me, game. And Happy New Year. Cube, okay, to be fair, safe, and then here's, Heartbreaking Carnet. Time for me to leave Toffee and you... so cruel. It's like, so who is left then? Because we've saved that. Again, we can kind of go on autopilot. This is literally me going all manic. We're going to sell stuff out of our pocket, kind of pray that Nooks is still open, although I think it should be. Unless it closed just now, but it's only 9, so... I'd hazard a guess and say they're open till 10. But, yeah. We will quickly pull up the map once we're outside, and... oh, you just shut, didn't you? Fine. I mean, I don't share this save with anyone, so I can get away with this probably more than I should, realistically. We're just going to drop all my stuff here, because otherwise it'll make going back and forth this episode, to be honest, a complete nightmare. So we even got to drop 99k bells. So yeah, we'll keep 1 axe on us, though. Just kind of break things up. We'll go try throw that in the river thing, actually, and then we'll drop that too if needs be. But basically, plan for this episode, naturally spawning flowers, we pick them up, so then we can make them unnaturally spawn. Okay. I'm gonna make an exception. I'm gonna run back, grab our watering can. I was gonna just say, looking over at the preview, my god, I know we've had the new capture card a while now, but ooh, that is fluid and up. Really? Really? Eh? Okay. That's kind of a shock, actually. I assume we are still up to snuff on trees. We were just in the Civic Center, we'll go again, but, I am intrigued as to what our current civic rating is, because I guarantee Pelly will say more flowers. If she doesn't, I'll be slightly flabbergasted, if you will. Reference yesterday's thumbnail, why not? But yeah, I can't believe Cube is gone. I mean, who have we got left in this town now we think about it? So, Octavian, again, birthday buddy, not someone we speak to particularly, but cool that I got someone who matched my birthday naturally. I'm like, Anka, I don't really care. It's more than me when she moved in. Frobert is like the one where I'm like particularly, you know, I know who you is. And then these are the ones, again, like Daisy, Cyrano, I can like recognize them when they're around, but they're not like deeply ingrained. Like I knew the 3 I was listing before. kind of by name. Like, I knew their lunch schedules type stuff, whereas everyone else now is kind of like, meh. Which is weird. It's a weird feeling. No, you count as a weed, don't you? I know what you are. So ominous. But yeah, no. Weird to see Cube moved away. I feel slightly sad, because he must have been here for 100+ episodes. Like, I had the same feeling with Mitzi, because I think I was closer to Mitzi than I was Cube, and then kind of Cube grew on me over time. But God. Just, I know it's like a virtual village, but when that virtual village has kind of been a constant for 100+ episodes, which have been spanned over years, it's kind of weird to be told that, oh yeah, I'm not here anymore with like very little heads up. Which again, it's kind of like, the series is serialized weekly, so it's like, of course I'm going to miss day-to-day game interactions. It's a bit of a sacrifice of doing this for YouTube. But at the same time, Cube, I'm just saying, catch me when I'm recording. I mean, quirky fact, actually. Oh, it seems so much more foresty up here, I must say. Quirky fact, but in this game, see, that's fine, but apparently it's Nux isn't. Get up to you up, no, see you there. Oh, hello, Cyrano. Yeah, no, in this game, they will actually ask you that, will tell you they're thinking of moving away, and you can say no, and then they will just say, no, I'm leaving anyway, well. And it's like, even if you give your input, which is like, I kind of respect that, because it leaves things out of your hands. Like, while it kind of stings Cube isn't here, it means that we're kind of forced to slowly, progressively cycle through villages. Where I think part of the stagnation... No, you do not count as a flower. I read the Wikipedia. That's a lie. I did not, but I don't want you in my town anyway. So, I mean, we could leave you. We'll just do this. Apparently, wasn't there a myth back in the day that doing this, like, created more weeds? More dandelions? Because obviously it shows the things flying away. Who knows? Anyway, it's probably going to be a lot less flowers than I'm anticipating here, but again, we'll go on the run for what it's worth, and then we will just store them all in the basement. Next week's episode is literally probably going to be a repeat of this. This is pretty much a slight return to form for the series. We also need to be a bit more on our game when it comes to the good old tactic of buying flowers from Nook, which is like, should have been our main thing. Granted, picking these guys up, you know, prevents them from wilting, we probably get a bit more, but buying bags from Nook isn't the worst idea either. Anyway, how are we looking in terms of everything? Okay, we've got 2 more. We'll try our luck at the fountain. If we get a silver or gold axe, I may actually just jump for joy. I won't actually, my chair's squeaky, so it'll kill the audio track. But, for like the 30th time now, I think. What's with you mortals? So throw coins, now axes is getting out of control. Did you throw a gold axe in here? Maybe a silver axe. We're going to say a regular axe, because I think that's how we get on her good side. At least you're telling the truth, unlike some people. Alright, I guess I'll give you your axe back. I cast you into the flames. Fine, well, that's our attempt gone. Again, sometimes you extend, it's very, very RNG heavy. Like, so I can carry you, and then whop you. Easy peasy. Now we got a bit more room for flowers. Well, you know, economics. It's nothing to do with economics, but, you know, a bit more efficient, if anything. You know, I do wonder if mushrooms count towards anything for Perfect Town. Weird tangent, but I never pick them up. It's just like, oh, you sit there. It's very confusing year-round decoration, but, you know, year-round decoration nonetheless. And again, there's 3 wilted trees that we've ran into this episode. It's like, oh God, just tell me you don't like my house. Not my house, town. It's like, I mean, given, again, the margin we were planning everything on, I like to think that we were probably coasting pretty close, like, good over the thing anyway, but still, why can't you grow there? It's like, I can move you 1 to the right, but that kind of gets in the way of my natural path, which, to be fair, right, I'm kind of glad this one did wilt, because I'm liking how this natural path has kind of formed. It looks less unappealing if I classify it as that. Although around here I would like a little bit of grass to regrow, you know, something special, you know. You're like, ooh, okay, are you particularly an interesting present? Could be. Never know. If you got 2 balloons, you got 1, I don't care. It's like, I'm sure whatever you are, balloon furniture-wise, amazing, but, yeah. Either way, so what has gone on today, then? You're probably here for my... I'm not sure how many of you are actually here for just my random weekly check-in of things I've done. But today I was in university, and I worked on my game project, and honestly... Oh, yeah, you get placed in vases, so I can't walk over you. That's really sad. Okay, so I could actually be on my game here, which is kind of alarming. So, place in room. Oh no. Right, didn't think of that. So, have I got to... And then... Okay, never mind. We can place 2 at once, that's enough for me. Okay, yeah, basically the idea is just store them in here, because they can't wilt while planted. And then, when it comes to the time where we've amassed enough flowers, in terms of these and bags, and we can dump them all down at once and kind of gun for the perfect town. Which is like, yeah, I know it's going to be very hectic, but hopefully very fun. But yeah, that looks at my personal game at university. It was very chuffed. I'm sure some of you probably don't care about the technical things of it, but basically, in my game, you can have different weapons. And part of my, like, I would say the difficulty I was having was, basically, I want what your character's holding to reflect the weapon you've got, right? Like, I had a thing that basically said, if this person has bought this in the shop, they do this much damage, which is like, you know, basic. But I had that in place, it just wasn't updating what there was, in fact, there was nothing in that hand. And basically, I thought, okay, I was going to have to go in and make all this custom stuff, and it was literally, no, you just drag and drop it onto, like, the bit of the hand where, because I had animation, it was just swinging with nothing. It's like, okay, so if you drag and drop this here, then you, like, rotate it just so it's in the right position, it's like, it will work fine. And it's like, it's that easy? Why? I mean, not that I'm complaining, I was, like, really chuffed with it. It gave me a bunch of time to work on other more productive stuff, but I was just sat there like, I'm sorry, it's this easy? And I had 3D modeling, which I was falling asleep in as well. And, yeah, it's university life. I have a more relatable story than weird game things. I'm sure one of you found that interesting, but, yeah, as is like every single institution of education in the UK for over 16s, we have an on-site coffee shop. Some places have Costa, almost everyone has Starbucks though. And basically you just walk in, like your personal Starbucks and you get a discount. It's like, look, I'm paying money to be here every year. It's like, you know, it goes towards some form of discount, I'm sure. But basically, yeah. So we have this on-site Starbucks, and for ages I ordered a caramel macchiato, but I went off it. I just kind of stopped ordering it for a bit because I liked their frappuccinos. This is the whitest discussion I think has happened in this series yet, and trust me, that's a goal. Basically, I swapped frappuccinos instead of caramel macchiatos because I don't think they're cheaper. Really pay attention. They're all around £3. But yeah, I just kind of liked it. And it was like, okay, I vibe with this. Like, the strawberry and cream caramel ones were alright. Coffee one, if you like it, you're sick. It just don't vibe with me personally. But I ordered caramel macchiatos for ages, swapped frappuccinos. I didn't have one for a few weeks. And then I had one again today thinking, you know what? I'm gonna spice up my life. I have the drink I ordered continuously for like 6 months. That, like, I'm not sure if anyone else has this in the like comments. Caffeine sometimes puts me to sleep. It's a look of the draw, specifically coffee. I've heard of people that like coffee basically just blocks their sleep receptors, which is like, I'm not talking the effect you'd want, like you have one 5 hours back, you can't sleep. Mine's the opposite, where for some reason it just kind of unlocks them, and it's like, oh, that 6 hours of sleep you had last night, yeah, that's like 10 times worse than you thought it was going to be, and I was falling asleep in class. So I swapped off it for frappuccinos, just like for, you know, a change, a few other things, mainly the feeling tired bit, and lo and behold, I have one today, and it's like, okay, now I've not had one of these for a while, this ain't all that. And it's just a moment where it's like, you know what? Fair enough. I'll stick to my frappuccinos. Like, I think they've got caffeine in, but honestly, they make me feel just as... This is just an ad read for Starbucks. Sorry, I feel like I'm fighting with myself here. But yeah, no. So now I feel like I'm stuck permanently on frappuccinos. So it's like, yeah, it's just like a macchiato. Like, I vibed with it. You know, the caramel was sweet and stuff. But it was just warm. It was putting me to sleep. It was a bit sickly. I'm sure it had... Okay, I can't say... I reckon it had more calories in. If you look at the ingredient list on the wall, it's like, my god, I'm dying either way. Quicker with my current order though. But yeah, no, it's just, I found it funny that like I kind of went off it for a while and I've come back to it. It's like been a month, maybe a month and a half, and now I just don't like it. Like I can still drink it, like I finished it. Some drinks from Starbucks I just can't stomach, but like I can finish it, but it's like not in the same status it once was. And the only reason I started ordering it to begin with was because my brother was obsessed with it when he first found out what one was. He went to drink it and hated it. So I ordered it kind of out of spite first day of college. And I just got into kind of a routine. I mean, actually, you know, we can tell the story. This wholesome Neremik story. That's why we really need to de-weed more. It's like, I'm going for perfect town, so this does technically count towards progress. Also, wow, our town really was like weaker on flowers than I thought it'd be. But on first day of university, right, so this is going on a year and a few months ago. Like, first time at least I can remember that we all went to Starbucks. So it was around, like, first week. Basically, we're like, okay, let's go to Starbucks on break. Because this is how we talk in university. Also, fun fact, one of our old assignments, they used to let us use Discord, which I think is funny. Thank God they changed that rule before I showed up, because, Christ. But yeah, basically, we all walked to Starbucks and I ordered first, because I was like, I think Okay, well, I'll continue the story after Cyrano's finished with me. So, Bud, can I talk to you for a sec? You know, always making kids cry because my face is so scary. I want to be the kind of guy who can at least say hello without upsetting children. Do you have any nice greetings that'll keep the kiddies in a good mood? I'll leave it to me. Aha, I knew you were the right person to ask. How many characters have I got? Okay. See, we're talking about university. Do I give him a greeting that's kind of become ingrained in my mind because I'm at university? It's like, okay, this would age horribly, but I'm sure some of you are familiar with the amazing phrase of wagwam. I don't know what it means. But I use it pretending to be a chav to annoy people. It's like, I think wagwam is such an awful, such dated phrase. Wagwam, that's going in the vault. That's it. Yep, you're gonna scare the kids even more. You know, one of my classmates kind of says it kind of half-jokingly, and then I caught onto it, and it's like, I know I don't want to use the word wagwam as a greeting, but it's like, I hate it. But, you know, now at least that hatred can be permanently encased in Cyrano, so long as he's in my Wii's memory. Speaking of coffee, we should probably run on into this. But yeah, no, I ordered first, and then everyone else, because this was a computing course, all had the same order after me. Which is like, they're like, I'll have a caramel macchiato, and then like, I assume they probably hadn't been to Starbucks, not frequently. Well, we'll have our tea first, coffee, and then we'll speak to Phyllis. And it's like, I ordered first, and I wanted, then the rest of them were like, kind of a bit awkward on the freshman. It's like, caramel macchiato, like, ×6. I don't think of them deviated from that, but I always found it funny that it's like, if I ordered anything else, would their order have changed? And if somebody was in front of me, would I have ordered what they ordered? It's like, it's one of those cool like memories where it's like, dear God, this is the most computing student thing to have happen. In like a funny way, though. Either way, it's my Alden Bitter. The perfect cup of coffee is a delicate balance of contradictions. The perfect cup of coffee is iced and has caramel in. It doesn't really have any caffeine in. I'll defend that. The fact I like Frappuccinos says it all. Like, of course my character has no 10. Have you seen my Starbucks order? It is... Phyllis, please console me. I've been rambling on, like, the weirdest shit for the past 17 minutes. Hey, I've seen you here before. Yeah, well, how's it going? Great, Phyllis. Now I was going to think we're friends. We're not. Like, it was like, I work in customer service. I know that. I know that feeling. Speaking on, because again, we've got a weekly roundup here. I was working a shift like a few days ago, and this was really funny. It was like a kind of busy shift, but not like mega busy, right? Like it was very busy in the beginning, and then it kind of cooled down. Kind of was passive like amount of people leaving per hour, and like really funnily, there was a group of like people, because we have like multiple sides to the bar. We're like kind of a circular thing in the middle. Also, guys, like we're in the middle, and we serve a bunch of different counters basically. So I was working my favorite counter to work, which is the one away from like the big room where most people are in. We'll go place these flowers down actually. But yeah, I was working this counter, and there was just a group of like ladies on a table, and one of them just loved my fringe, which makes sense because I made sure to like shampoo condition it before shift, you know, so have that extra sheen. I sound so white this episode, but it's like, how do I convey that in the episode without getting age restricted? But yeah, no, one of them was like, practically, like, they were fawning over my fringe, so to say. Apparently it was doing a little flick thing whenever I turned, you know, Mr. Anime over here. Shouldn't say that. If you know, you know. You know, as if I was in an anime. There we are. YouTube don't age restricts me. If again, I can't elaborate on that because that will get me age restricted. But basically, yeah. They just liked my fringe flick, and as I was kind of turning around going from like the fridge to like our pumps and stuff, like apparently it was blowing in the wind and was like looked super cool. And basically, they tipped me really generously throughout the night. But when they tipped me the most was when I gave them the order and they told me to do a fringe flick like I was some sort of trained dog. And yeah, no, I did the fringe flick and they tipped me like 70p, which was the most anyone did that night. Which was like, I was here like, I'm sorry, I'm like acting like a trained dog, you flicking my fringe, which most of my co-workers and boss and close associates despise, and this person's over here tipping me for money, like, goddamn. Tell me I can get paid for having long hair? It's like, sick. Stops me from paying for a haircut. Even though, literally, that shift manager was like, you should consider getting a haircut. Like, it's like, yeah, I know. But, like, I do get 70p out of having a fringe. Would I have been tipped the same if my hair was a different length? Who's to say? Anyway, I was going to do one final pass of the town before we get into bed for the episode, because seriously, I anticipated there to be way more flowers than there is. Still, we have mostly filled out our front room, so beggars can't be choosers. But damn, if we repeat that next episode, in conjunction with getting shit from Nux, and maybe one more episode after that, I think fully stocking a house with flowers, without rearranging furniture, obviously, because that'd be way too much of a pain, is probably our best bet. All these dig spots I don't want to dig up, and fear of accidentally disturbing something. But I think we could definitely, this is more of a chill thing compared to the tree thing, which was like me basically persistently counting for multiple time. Like, this was just kind of a generic episode ramble, except instead of shoveling coconuts, we're kind of actively seeking out flowers and taking them back and forth. And then we even had a conversation with Cyrano where we gave him the worst catchphrase anyone's ever given anyone in this game, and yes, that includes what was on the Wild World demo with Barbara. Maybe not that far. Sorry, again, I'm half in Neremik 2 mode, because I've been writing that script for my change reviews. Giving you all the updates today, God. It's like this is practically my weekly update series, and just, you know, disguised as gameplay to fuel you into watching. But yeah, no, change Neremik 2 videos, but I'm currently working on the new script, and it's just a rearrange of schedules. I'm able to better meet deadlines, but it's basically my freeform review. I'm not gonna drop details on just yet, because, you know, we keep things secret here. I'm sure the surprise drop will surprise some of you, dare I say. And yeah, I don't think there's anything left. We'll check down this side though, because I think we've been down here the least. But hello, birthday buddy. Something's telling me we have actually successful. Oh, I see that weed though. So it technically, you know, kind of paid off, mayhaps. But yeah, what was I? Yeah, I was writing Neremik 2 script, and the issue is I'm trying a very different format for this one. Very excited for it, but different format. Very different format. I'm not sure how people react to it. It's going to be a tester video, and no matter what, the Persona 4 video is mostly going to remain unchanged, depending on the feedback. If it gets good feedback, we'll adapt portions of that script to feature the newer format, but if not, tried and true. And yeah, I've been in Neremik 2 mode, and the issue is because it's designed to be a very comedic script in nature, I've kind of just been writing shit like off the cuff, like stuff that I can kind of tie in, if that makes sense. So then I've got a bunch of stuff ready to bam bam bam, keep people watching, keep people laughing, and hopefully have this one match Pocket Camps videos. Probably not going to pass it, match it, or be on par with it in terms of views. Also, a weird question, do we have any flowers in our dresser? I'm definitely not buying for time. We do! You are... well past me. Would you look what the cat dragged in? But okay, sheesh. God, I forget how like much of a time capsule some stuff in here is. There's outright selling stuff, we just kind of throw it in storage. Anyway, well, we could throw more flowers into storage, actually. Again, that'd take like a lot of episodes to do, but let's take filling out a front room, we'll actually just throw these down. It's like, why not? But yeah, no, I've been basically just in like comedic mode, and I've like kind of had to catch myself because I kind of get too swept up in the comedy of it. I'll write something that's like, okay, no, I'm aiming for a more general audience. There's a bit more like tailored to, you know, vibe with me. I probably can't go making jokes on a super high level just yet when we've only had our first, you know, blow up video. So yes, unfortunately there will be no completely out of pocket jokes in the new video, but it will be, I'll aim to be as funny as I can be without YouTube killing me, which has been a fun challenge. But yeah, I've been in joke writing mode, so if I've seemed slightly different this episode, just know it's that Neremik 2 fever getting me to act unwise. And yes, I think with that, all that said, all that aside, I'm actually going to stop speaking in a rare bid to save my own dignity. So if you have enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It all helps out a bunch. Lets me know you want to see more of this and all that good stuff. But until next time, all said and all that aside, thanks for watching, guys. My name's been Neremik, and peace out.